everybody, welcome back to today's video. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Sandra and this is my archive. To my returning viewers, my OGs, thank you so much for clicking again to today's video. So like the caption says, let us not talk too much, let us just dive right into it. I remember when I was going to get the 6 week shot for my son. If you don't know, I have a 9 month old who will soon be 10 months. Anyway, yeah. So when I was going to get the 6 weeks shot for my son, I was really scared. I could remember being so shaken to my bones because it's like I don't know what to expect. What do I expect? I know how children can get cranky. So I just needed something to help me, to prepare myself for the terror ahead. But I could not find anything concrete. I couldn't find anything tangible on the internet. Neither could I find on YouTube. So the reason I'm making this video is for the benefit of the new moms. If you're watching this, or intending moms, pregnant moms, you're watching this, and you want to get yourself ready, you want to get your mind ready for immunization. I'm just going to list some easy steps for you that you can take to prepare your mind, to prepare your spirit for the immunization. Also, following this video would be a mini vlog of my son's 9 month shot. Yes, we've gotten a 9 month shot, so I'm just going to drop a small vlog at the end of this video, just like sprinkle sprinkle. Anyway, let's get right into the video. So let us call a spade a spade. Immunization is terrifying, especially as a new mother. It is really terrifying. You see that 6 week shot and the 3 month shot. Oh my god! Because I think the 6 months and the 9 months, they would have grown so much. So, but the 6 weeks and the 3 month shot, it is terrifying. It is terrifying. So you may need to prepare your mind. The first thing that you would do, you see that morning as you guys are going, as you guys want to go to the hospital, as you're bathing your baby, try and bath your own self. The reason you should bath yourself is because you may not have the time to have a bath throughout that day again. Your baby is going to be so sore. Your baby is going to be cranky for the most part. Your baby will even run a fever. They'll run a temperature. So as you are bathing your baby, bathe yourself, because as you are coming back home, it is all hands on deck. In fact, if you move a certain way, if your baby is going to cry. Also, eat breakfast. In fact, prepare yourself for battle that day. Prepare yourself for battle. Bathe yourself, eat breakfast. If you have help, if you have a nanny, you're going with your spouse, your mom, whoever it is that is helping you, you cannot do immunization alone, especially the first 2 shots. No, you can't do it alone. So try to get somebody. If you are a lone ranger, like you're a mom, you are doing this alone, you can beg one of your friends to follow you that day, to just be with you. Please don't do it alone, because it's going to drive you nuts. Your children, your babies are going to be so cranky, they're going to be so sore, they'll be crying for, in fact, any. Now the next step is have paracetamol handy, because definitely, yes, your baby is going to run a fever like I mentioned earlier. So have paracetamol handy. When you also get to the hospital, the doctors, the nurses, they'll tell you, they'll give you some safety precautions on how to cater for your babies, on how to take care of them. Paracetamol is one of those things. So let me just mention here, for mentioning sake, the first thing they'll tell you to do is that when you get home, you can just take a sachet water, a cold one or room temperature, and just run it through the immunization point, run it through the point that they were giving the shot. They'll say don't rub it, don't press it, just run water through it. And if for any reason your baby has a fever or runs a temperature, you first expose them, wear them very light clothing so that they can get fresh air and would diffuse or kind of douse the temperature. If you have done that and they're still running the temperature, you do a cold bath. You can just soak your towel in water and then rub it all over your baby. That should address the temperature. But if that still doesn't address the temperature, then you can now give paracetamol. Some mistakes that some mothers make is that they give paracetamol immediately they come from the hospital. They give paracetamol. We're actually advised against that. Paracetamol should be your last resort, because, like it or not, paracetamol is a painkiller, and you know how fast human being body can get used to and dependent on painkillers. So you want to avoid paracetamol as much as possible. Do all of these things. But if you do all these things and your baby is still running a temperature, they're still running a fever, then yes, you can give paracetamol. Also, prepare your mind that night that there's no sleeping. You're not going to sleep, or you are not going to sleep that night. I remember when my son had his 6 weeks shot. That night was hell. We didn't sleep. He kept crying. He was cranky. In fact, it got to a point I was so scared. Like, are you sure they've not gone to do nonsense on his leg now? Are you sure the woman is not going to choke where she's not supposed to choke? And I was really scared. it may get to a point, it may get to that point, you may be a little scared, but don't worry about it. All is going to be well. Although the nurses and the doctors there do advise that if the temperature exceeds a certain degree, then you should bring them to the hospital. I don't remember what it is now, but I'm going to put it somewhere up on the screen. So running temperature is normal, running temperature is cool. What else? What else? So I think these are the ways to prepare for immunization. Again, don't think too much about it. I almost died of anxiety thinking of my son's immunization. In fact, before the 9 months, oh God, every time that I remember that, oh my God, it's going to be immunization day. I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling down because of how cranky they get. But don't worry, as they grow older, they are able to handle the pain, they are able to accommodate the pain. My son that they gave immunization the other day, I had gotten myself ready. I said, today, me and you, whatever you want to do, I'm ready for whatever this. The boy was jumping up and down the place. It didn't even look like they gave him immunization. After he cried, the time that he cried, that was it. He came home and was moving up and down the place. Now, let me also speak to the fact that, do you know that you can actually get your immunization in health centers? Yes, health centers. The reason I'm saying this is because I did not know. I was going to the hospital that they gave birth to my son to get the immunization, and I was paying for it. You can get immunization in health center for free. My moms will know this shot, rota shot. In the hospital that they gave birth to my son, I took rota one. I paid 12,000 naira for rota one. I took rota two. I paid 12,000 naira for rota two. But when I now discovered the health center is just by my house here, it's not even far. I went to the health center free of charge. Free of charge. Rota that I used to pay, that I spent 24,000 naira getting two shots of rota, I got for free in health center. So please try to use the government facilities around you, although they have a lot of red tapes, timing, they are so slow. You can go to the health center in the morning and come back late in the afternoon, as opposed to private practices that you can just walk in, do your shift, and come out. So yes, I think these are the ways that I have prepared for immunization. I may be missing certain things, and just let me know in the comment section, how did you prepare for your child's immunization? What are the advice or pieces of advice that you can give to mothers that are dreading this whole immunization process? Let me know in the comment section. As always, I like to read from you, I like to see feedback from you, and I like to see life and motherhood from your own point of view. And yes, thank you so much guys for watching, and until my next upload, guys, be well.